Blutbad.
Hello and welcome back to another behind the scenes toy photography video. This week I'm going to show you how to make your speeder bikes float. I call this shot Lunch Break. For this shot I used the incredible raised speeder from Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series. I've had this Black Series vehicle for a while now, but have struggled to take some of the epic fast-paced photos I've been envisioning in my mind, so in the meantime, I've opted to take a slower-paced slice-of-life shot. Desert scavenging is hard work, and I had the idea of shooting Rey in a quieter moment, enjoying a meal in the shade of her speeder bike before getting back to the grind. I sat her down on some 3D printed military crates and borrowed her food accessories from my Grogu and Bib Fortuna figures. Since Jakku is basically a massive graveyard, I also included a few empty stormtrooper helmets. I only used the one light box for this shot, but I balanced a piece of foam board opposite from it to lighten up the shadows on the front of my toys. To complete my setup, I carefully positioned my speeder. This thing is pretty long, so I used a medium depth of field to keep it more or less in focus while still blurring the background. Here's my starting image. No major edits were required for this shot, just a bunch of small touch-ups, and I began by combining two exposures with layer masking to remove the stand beneath the speeder. This can be finicky work, and I often have to merge the two layers afterwards and do some additional touch-ups with the healing brush tool. I also used content-aware fill to remove the gap at the top of my scene. Next, I removed the articulation joints on my figure. This is a much easier task when exposed skin isn't involved, as wrinkled fabric or hard armor disguises the imperfections in blending more easily. I did my best with the healing brush tool and content-aware fill, but I eventually had to bring out the smudge tool to kind of brute force the knees into looking even remotely realistic. Lastly, I added adjustment layers to fine-tune the levels, color balance, and saturation. So once again, here's my starting image. And here's where I ended up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and make sure to check me out on Instagram. Thanks, and until next time.